If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Hello, kitties. This is yours truly, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Oh, that's strong. Welcome to Slasher Radio with the host Mikey Bones and Rob Humphrey. Dude, I like that shit.
Yeah, it's annoying. How you doing?
I mean, I'm doing fine, but why do you gotta like? I've known you for so long, and like I'm adding spice into our quote unquote relationship here, and you know, you don't even fucking care.
I don't care for it. That's why.
I'm grateful. All right, we're here for the finals of Murder Madness 2020.
For the Lord Humphrey Cup.
I've had a long week. My fuse is super short. All right, and I've dealt with you long enough already tonight, and we're just getting going here. The 5th annual Murder Madness. We are joined, as always, for the final episode of Murder Madness by a panel of judges. This is... I'm curious to see how this goes. We're joined by 2 Slasher Radio Hall of Famers, Amber and EyeRChris.
Hello.
How's it going? Happy to be back here for the final day of the Lord Humphrey Cup, where there's been a lot of fighting, fucking, and that's been mostly Dr. Chalice with the Oompa Loompas in the stands.
I wasn't ready. Whoa. Hold on. What'd you say? Finger? All right.
Fighting, fucking, and finger popping.
All right. Only one of those got to get believed, but I have to note it because you people don't know how to act. Amber, thank you for joining us. Chris, thank you for joining us. And we're also joined by the infamous Darth Gregor. Hi, Greg.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Robert.
Hi.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, well.
The Peanut Gallery has a vote again, which is very bad for everybody. Like I said, we're wrapping up Murder Madness tonight. I'm sure we're going to be getting into some of the nonsense that has gone on with the matchups throughout this tournament.
There's no nonsense. I don't know what the problem is. Everybody just needs to calm the fuck down.
You just know you're in trouble.
I didn't do anything. That's the thing. It's a vote. It's a vote. I'm only one vote, Mikey.
All right. You didn't do anything, you say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to remind everybody, we have a drink roll call to get to, as always. We have a mailbag to get to, and then we'll get into Murder Madness. But I just want to let the listeners know. The final participant, I shouldn't even do this. People might turn the fucking episode off. Right here. The thing from the thing, like not the movie, the actual creature from the film. Robert the Tire from Rubber, Carrie from Carrie, Seth Brundle from The Fly, Candyman, Victor Crowley, The Collector, and Santa from Santa's Sleigh.
No, that's Santa as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror film Santa's Sleigh. You got to say his full name so people know who you're talking about. I don't see a problem.
What is it? March? All right. Like, I'm in trouble here because you have a whole however many months to December until you get to really start doing November, December, when you really get to start doing this again. So you're getting it all in these last few.
And let's be honest, there's a good chance I'll forget about it by the time we get to November.
There's also a very good chance you will forget about it, but remember very quickly when Santa's sleigh gets brought up.
Hey, you're forgetting about Christmas in July.
Oh.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you. All right. So drink roll call. What are you guys drinking? I can get us going. I don't want to call myself boring because it's a good drink. It's a classic drink. I'm drinking a cranberry and vodka like a gentleman.
Well,
you guys think about that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It is a classic drink.
Yeah.
It's a little girly, but it's not too bad. I'll give it to you. I'm pretty basic too. I was spiced rum and Diet Pepsi.
Okay.
Due mostly to a lack of anything else to drink.
I guess I can go next. I'm going to send a couple pictures.
Oh, yeah. I got to send you a picture of mine, too.
Oh, for fucking crying out loud sake.
My pre-gaming to get ready for this awesome, exciting night of the most must-listen-to thwarting event of all of horror history. Started with many of these, several beers. But to round out the night, I've got myself a Voodoo Ranger hard-charged peach tea.
Okay.
You can look at, well, once my image is done uploading, I guess.
Okay, Voodoo Ranger. I see it. That's nice. I've been seeing those around.
Nice.
Why wanted to upload my beers?
I don't know, but the Voodoo Ranger, I've never had that stuff. I don't care for tea is the problem.
Nah, I like that kind of shit.
The hard teas are a lot of fun.
God damn it. Chris?
Yes.
That's not your beer.
Oh, that's nice, Chris.
But that's not your beer.
I had several beers.
But you didn't have that one.
I had very many big mugs.
God damn it. This is an attack.
Yeah, that's a good looking beer.
That's a nice looking beer.
Mm-hmm.
So dapper.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Appreciate that, Chris. Why with the mustaches? Why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
My drink went through to Twitter also, guys. If you want to see it.
I love the glass.
Halloween Horror Nights glass. Screaming Cecilia mustache on the fucking cup. Here we are again.
You know what? I have to say this because it made me so aggravated today. We went to 8 different stores in 2 different counties to try to find Screaming Sicilian because I wanted to put it on my drink.
Did you find one?
No.
Okay.
8 stores in 2 counties.
No.
All right. Well, that being said, I am not mad that you didn't get one, but had you said you went through all that trouble and then found one, you know what? I wouldn't even have been that mad. Honestly. Rob still pisses me off because he just has it sitting on his desk for all of eternity. He said he had it when he moved. He packed it with his birth certificate and all these other documents. Yeah, like he literally told me that. So, yeah, if you would have went through all that trouble, Amber, and you and Greg would have had Screaming Sicilian mustache on your drink, I wouldn't even have been fucking mad. I'm going to be honest. All right. What are you guys drinking, though?
I am drinking a Dirty Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I ran out of Sprite and I picked up some Dr. Pepper this weekend. So I've got a Dirty Dr. Pepper, which is awesome. And I made it super strong with maraschino cherries.
Nice.
Ooh,
Very respectable.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. This cranberry vodka, I made this real strong. That was the reaction at the beginning of the show. Took a drink before I started and said, God damn. Greg, what about you? Drinking your flavored vodka again?
Yeah, just to finish it out because it was the last of the bottle. There was like basically a couple shots in, so some for her, some for me, with Diet Pepsi. Done.
Rob?
What's that?
Flavored vodka yet again.
Yeah, I mean, look, we talked about this already. I'm not a fan of the flavored vodka, but if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. It's not flavored whiskey.
It's the same fucking thing.
No, it's not.
Literally the same thing.
It's completely different.
God damn it. All right. All respectable drinks all the way around. Do not appreciate the mustaches, gentlemen. Rob, I just told you last week Right? We had that discussion. Remember?
About what?
About not doing this whole crap with the mustache anymore. I told you
I don't know. I wanted to show off my Halloween Horror Nights mug or cup, rather.
You could have did it without the mustache, though, is my point. I told you I don't want to see your drink anymore.
The people like the mustache on the drink. What can I do?
I don't give a shit. All right.
It's a very respectable and dignified glass. I don't know what your problem is. I mean, my mug is beautiful.
Hold on. I think I know what the problem is. I really do. I think Mikey's just jealous that he can't grow a mustache like that.
No, I'm not. And honestly, I can grow a very good mustache.
You should do it.
No, fuck you. I'm constantly trimming my mustache more than anything else. So no, that's not true. But no, that is not what I want to do either. God damn it.
Unfortunately, as I'm getting older, the curse of both sides of my family are kicking in. So half my mustache is already going white.
Well, I passed that bridge a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Respectable drinks all the way around. Kind of, sort of. We have a mailbag.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
917-397-KILL. That's 917-397-5455. You can send in a text message for the show. You can send in a voicemail for the show. You can join the Patreon. Patreon also is a good place to get into the mailbag. That is like pretty much taken over the mailbag. I don't even know why I say the fucking number anymore, but it is still an option. Ghostface reads all text messages, and any voicemails we get, we play them on the show.
Hello, hosts and listeners, and welcome in Slasher Radio Hall of Famers Amber and Chris. And hi, Greg. Ghostface here with the messages for this week's mailbag. These messages are from last week's episode of Murder Madness. The first message is from EyeRChris. Amanda would make the wish stating that she wished that damn clown beat the gin. Wish is granted, and Art guts Amanda and advances to the semifinals. Also, penalty on the field. Santa Claus, from the horror comedy classic Santa Sleigh. As portrayed, WWE superstar Bill Goldberg does not breathe fire. If you rewatch the dinner scene, he spits booze through an open flame. It is no more an impressive feat than a fire eater's performance at the circus. For accepting Greg's gaslighting from the Peanut Gallery, Mikey owes 2 Hail Tony Danza prayers, and Robert Humphrey must drink a highball glass of peach schnapps.
Okay. All I have to get to here. Chris, you're here for this now.
I am.
What did I do? I never seen the movie. It's not my fault.
You just immediately said, "Oh, he's a motherfucking dragon."
What? That's what
and you rolled with
me.
it.
Fuck them, not me, is all I'm saying here. I didn't know any better. Rob did, though.
It could have taken you 4 seconds. It could have taken you 4 seconds of prep to go onto YouTube and just look up every fight scene in Santa Sleigh starring WWE superstar Bill Goldberg.
I mean, yeah,
and you would have saw that the dinner scene's literally the first scene of the movie.
We watched the dinner scene on the fucking thing.
Yeah, but I thought Greg said he breathed fire. I thought he was breathing fire. And also keep in mind, that would mean I would have to also watch all the kills for 63 other participants. You know, I did look a little bit on the clip and see what was going on. I'm just saying, I didn't do none on this, and I feel like I'm innocent.
No, I'm sorry. We're going to need some Hail Tony dances. Hallowed be thy pasta.
Although, Chris is right. Art is we'll get to Murder Madness in a bit, but here comes some of the spillover we were talking about where we got last week.
Looking on the movie monster wiki, Santa Claus from Santa Sleigh has the ability to breathe fire.
The fuck?
What reputable source is this? Because I can literally pull up the YouTube clip right now of when he sets Fran Drescher's fire on flame.
It might not be in that scene. I'm copying the link right now and sending it to everyone, but it says that he has the ability to breathe fire.
All right, how about we look, because it's going to come up later. So let's look at, because we're going to be going over it again later. So maybe we'll just get to that later. We don't need to Google fucking Santa Claus from Santa Sleigh twice in this show. But no, don't run away from it now, Rob. Art got screwed.
No, Art technically lost fair and square, but if Amanda wished that the damn clown won against the Djinn would then have to go back in time and lose to Art the Clown, and then it would have been Art versus Amanda, and then Art just takes that thing in a sweep.
Yeah, there's too many assumptions there. I mean, Amanda could have wished for anything. She could have admitted, she could have wished that Jason Voorhees killed him. She could have wished that anything happened. No, that doesn't.
Yeah, it's hard to get specific with the wishes, but I still stand by Art the Clown should have beat the Djinn in the fucking first place.
He can't talk. He can't make a wish. He loses. Sorry.
He can still kill him.
No, he can't.
Art used Sienna's weapon, and Sienna's weapon is stated in lore to beat anything.
But Art doesn't have Sienna's weapon. We can't just run around. We don't give the Thing R.J. McCready's fucking flamethrower because it's not the Thing's flamethrower.
Art the Clown uses it in Terrifier Part 2. It's part of his arsenal.
Right. It is part of his lore. It's part of his lore.
But it's not, because he stole it from her and then she gets it back. So it's not part of his arsenal that he would carry from movie to movie.
The fact that Chris referred to it as Sienna's weapon tells you that it's not Art's weapon.
But we don't know where it came from. If you give Pinhead his box, you got to give. I mean, that's fair. We don't know whether the story's not done yet.
Where do you think he got the canister of liquid nitrogen? He doesn't go to go to like a chemistry store. He fucking steals everything.
Yeah, like that's part of what makes him so great. He's very resourceful.
Sword. It's not his sword. He doesn't get to use it.
Correct. He'd killed the shit out of that boring ass genie, and that I stand on that.
He didn't. Art is gone, and Robert the Tire reigns.
You're a son of a bitch. All right. God damn it. Anyway. See, and this is the type of stuff when it comes up again, and this is what we dealt with a lot on the first Murder Madness, and it was just never ending. But so
why do you got to keep reopening that wound, Mikey?
It's true though. It's true, and Jason wasn't the only one. Not to bring him up. I'm sorry, Jason wasn't the only one. It happened several times. How about this, Chris? Let's make it better. Get to hear a little Jason. All forgiven.
Well. I still need a little something for Tim, though.
Yeah, I do want a Tim button real bad. All right, next voicemail.
Hold on. I don't know if it's coming up in the mailbag. Maybe it is. But, Chris, we made the right call on Jason and Carrie, right? They made the fucking movie.
That's wrong, Chris.
I'll give you that. No, because whatever her name was in the Friday the 13th movie was just Temu version of Carrie. Carrie... as you saw in the Friday the 13th video game, Jason stops a car. Carrie obliterates it.
That's right.
But Carrie, she couldn't harness her anything. And honestly, if it was like a
raw untapped rage with seemingly limitless psychic abilities with no control, it's essentially going from a laser beam to a goddamn hydrogen bomb.
Right, but you don't know what you're going to get.
And if you forget the end of Carrie, the rocks that fall from the sky and crush her house were pulled from space.
Understood, but that was a grandiose ending. I'm talking what we see the majority from Carrie. That's the thing. It can range from laser beams and and exploding shit, but the other side of that scale is tipping over a bucket of blood or something. Like she doesn't know what she's going to get.
That wasn't her. That was the bullies.
But that's the point.
That was the bullies.
I know, but that's what we've seen. Her just throw shit across the room. I'm using it as an example. It's just that easy.
She locked down an entire gymnasium with her mind from the stage and murdered everybody in the gym.
I'm just saying, dude, none of them were coming at her with a machete.
No, but they were going at her with a car, and
she stopped the car, bro.
Alleviated that thing.
Just accept reality.
No, I stand by Jason would have taken it.
Carrie won in what was it?
What? Tina. Tina was.
That was the other point I was going to make. I think Tina is more powerful than Carrie in the sense that she
not even close.
Oh,
not powerful as listen. Not powerful as in strength, but powerful as in she learned to harness her power. Carrie never learned to harness her power.
That's not true. That's why she checked out all those books in high school, in the school library. She's sitting there reading about it, looking it up, and everything else. And then she was practicing in it at home.
And she still didn't get that good with it. Hers was pure emotion.
No. When Tina unleashed the full brunt of her telekinetic powers, the only thing she did was broke Jason's mask.
but she harnessed it, though. That's what I'm saying. And that's more deadly. If you can say, hey, I want to blow this person up and I'm going to blow them up, boom, done. That's perfect. She doesn't know what she's going to get.
The second Carrie starts hitting a high emotional state and fear is an extreme emotion, her power is just going to be lashing out everything. The entire Lord Humphrey arena would have been obliterated.
But would it got to that point? Or would the doors have just slammed shut and everything and she's dead before then? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And Jason's otherworldly as well.
Again, she stopped a muscle car going full speed at her and obliterated and it didn't touch her. You saying like if Jason swung the machete, it wouldn't just fucking shatter to pieces before it hit her?
If she gets her strongest power out of her grab bag, possibly.
She wasn't even looking at the car.
If she gets her strongest card pulled, sure.
The car feat was literally her subconscious defending herself.
I'm just saying. We've seen her subconscious do very little at a lot of points as well, is all I'm saying.
I think you're severely underpowering Stephen King psychics.
No, I know Carrie can fuck shit up. It's just whether or not she does.
Stephen King psychics are made out of fucking bullshit. Especially if you throw in the books. Like Rose the Hat.
We're not throwing in the books.
Like Rose the Hat was nerfed in Dr. Sleep.
All right. Well, Chris, you're now arguing on the side after all these years from the first Murder Madness. You are arguing that Jason's done.
I have to be fair. And when we started this in round one, when I was asking in the Easter eggs how we were judging this, it was all off on-screen feats. And the only one that Carrie can't beat would have been Uber Jason.
You know, that brings up another point that's been tallied over these years. The Jason definitely should have lost to Pinhead then. If he loses to Carrie, I don't feel bad for the Pinhead thing anymore.
No, because you literally let Cat bring in book bullshit.
But he still loses.
Pinhead never showed soul-destroying attacks in any of the movies.
Yeah, but he showed ripping motherfuckers to shred attacks.
And when has that stopped Jason?
Nobody's done like Pinhead.
Short of an RPG 7, nothing has stopped Jason flat out.
No, but pulling him off, pulling his limbs off would stop Jason right off the bat.
True.
What's he going to use to pull the limbs off?
Pinhead has the
You
hooks.
think Jason can't break those chains before they pull him apart? Come on.
In some movies, yeah. In others, no.
Again, it's not only just the size of them, but it's also how many. And Pinhead can pretty much unleash as many as he wants. All he's got to do is throw 4 at one arm, boom, it's gone. 4 at one leg, boom, it's gone. And now Jason's standing there like the Black Knight.
Nah.
And yet Pinhead got taken out like a bitch by a little tentacle holding a scalpel.
Who'd Pinhead lose to?
The Doctor in part 2. when the Doctor becomes Cenobite empowered from by stealing Leviathan's power.
Yeah.
He kills Pinhead by just shooting a little tentacle out with a scalpel at the end of it and slices his throat, and Pinhead's down.
Well, yeah, but I don't think Jason's going to get there, is the point.
The hooks are going to hold him.
Jason has throwing knives. We've all seen it only takes one cut to kill Pinhead.
When did Jason have a throwing knife?
Part 6.
Part 6.
Part 6, when he's revived, his hunting suit has throwing knives all over it. And then he also has a harpoon gun.
Yeah, but that's a harpoon gun. You got to bank that Jason can hit that shot.
He's nailed every shot he's taken.
I still say Pinhead. Rob, are you swayed by the Carrie argument?
We see him use a bow and arrow in the remake.
And we've seen Art use the Sienna sword.
But that's not his sword. You just called it Sienna's sword. It's not Art's fucking sword if it's Sienna's sword. So it's not his.
Jason don't got it. He just finds some shit too. You don't have like anything.
Just
he just
find a bow and arrow and arrows laying around. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course he brought it with him.
No, he found the bow and arrow.
He found a double-headed axe and just hucked it across a yard and killed a dude with it.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. The arguments go to, you can get as technical as you want, but we're all fair game. I do feel better about the Pinhead thing. If Carrie can take him out, Rob, does this sway you whatsoever?
No, No, the Pinhead thing was bullshit. The Carrie thing was the right call.
Michael, you just got out of the ring curse. Do you really want the grudge?
I'm just being honest.
The only reason I'm okay with the Carrie thing is because they made that fucking movie. We saw it, and it wasn't even Carrie.
And Tina is just Timu Carrie. And that movie was originally supposed to be Freddy versus Jason.
All right, we're going to continue with the mailbag.
The next message is from Spyro. I think the outright favorite for the tournament is now Santa Claus, as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 horror comedy Christmas movie, Santa's Sleigh. Also, can Greg please send me one of these mustaches, please? Stream cosplay whenever Mikey drops in.
God damn it, Spyro.
All right, Spyro. You're coming along, Spyro. I like it. I appreciate the use of Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic Santa's Sleigh. I appreciate the use of his full name. And
God damn it.
Also, yes, the mustache thing is a great idea. We will do what we can to get you one, sir.
Spyro, no. I do like going into Spyro streams. I enjoy it. Mecha Spyro on Twitch. Everybody needs to go check him out. He plays a bunch of different horror games. So it's not like, just a DVD streamer. He plays a bunch of different shit. Very entertaining, very fun. Do not want to see a Screaming Sicilian mustache, though, Spyro. What the hell, man?
Now hear me out, Mikey. And you're leaving a lot of money on the table by not doing this. How about a Slasher Radio branded mustache?
I have dignity.
But you also like money.
I have dignity, damn it.
I do not. And those will be available shortly.
God damn it. Why are we here? Okay. Next message.
The next message is from Carly. I do not like all these arbitrary rules about what liquor can be flavored and what can't. Mikey, keep enjoying your flavored whiskeys.
There you go.
Carly, stop being wrong. Stop it. No. Knock it off.
Carly's correct.
No,
everybody needs to leave me alone. Yeah, everybody needs to leave me alone. And it's just a drink. Leave me be and let me enjoy it.
If you're confused about what can and cannot be flavored, just ask me and I'll let you know.
No, I'm not interested. Greg, that goes for you too. Carly
I'm just going to take a sip from my delicious peach hard iced tea.
That's right. See? No wrong with it.
Peach tea is a thing, though.
So is flavored whiskey.
No, it's not.
No, stop it.
Well, Carly has my back, and I appreciate it, Carly. Thank you very much. Carly also never got back to us about the Art the Clown thing.
What Art the Clown thing?
She had commented in the last mailbag, maybe the one before that, about me being biased for Art the Clown and his matchup. Mm-hmm. I wanted to know her thoughts on, how she thought it was going to go and everything else. I don't know, but I do want to hear about it.
No one knows what Carly thinks.
It's true. Next message.
The next message is from Mystic. Makes you feel better I'm vegetarian, so I don't plan on buying a Screamin' Sicilian pizza. Also, Arizona Hard. LMAO.
Yeah, Arizona Hard's a thing.
Mystic, just go in and steal the mustache off the back of the box. It's fine.
Mystic, don't do that.
And I'm sure they have a veggie pizza, probably.
Mystic, don't do that. Don't do any of those things.
I mean, if you're just a vegetarian, now if you're vegan, obviously that's a whole different thing. But if you're vegetarian, I'm sure you can get you a veggie pizza.
I mean, you got a plain cheese.
Yeah. I guarantee you they got that. Yeah. Then you're good.
I'm sure there's like a green pepper and onion.
Yeah. Then you got yourself a mustache and you're looking good. You're styling like everybody.
Mystic, please don't do it. You're the only one that has one. What do you mean everybody?
Well, like me, like the important people.
Wow. All right. Mailbag stuff continues.
The final message is from Oi Tim. Art being eliminated by the Wishmaster is bullshit. Art doesn't speak. How's he meant to make wishes? Also, I would like to formally apologize to EyeRChris. I know I'm coming in late, but I've been hiding for the past 2 weeks since Chris said he was coming for me. EyeRChris. I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to take your pick. But please don't hurt me.
Wow.
Still in his crawl space, waiting for him to fall asleep, then throwing drop bears onto his head.
So wait a minute. This goes back to to the first week of Murder Madness, where Chris hardcored Tim and everything. So you don't accept this apology, Chris?
Nope, that fucking knows what he did.
Whoa.
He's gonna get it. Coming for you, Tim.
Right.
Coming for you. I'm gonna change all your alarms on your phone to be the grudge noise, and it's gonna go off every 5 minutes at max volume.
That's some sadistic shit. Could you imagine? Oh man. You know what though? I'm not even mad. Tim, oi, Blunderberg. We still haven't heard back about the war, Rob. Yes, no?
Nothing. In fact,
Wow.
I think maybe it's off. I don't know. There's been kicking around the idea of having me come on their show to yell at me for not liking movies that they like. So that might be a thing.
I don't know. It sounds like you're bringing it to ambush and attack though. Like, is it really? I don't think it has.
Might be a thing. I don't know, but no, nothing really on the war front. So I think we might be in the clear there. We may have.
No, you got an update on the war front. I'm going in guerrilla style.
See, that's the thing. Now, what do we do, Rob? Because all that happened was Tim threw a shot. I think I put together and Tim into the same word. Tim.
Wouldn't that just be?
God damn it. Threw a shot with the grudge and we didn't do anything back. So, like, now what do? I think we can weaponize the shit out of Chris. Why not? Everybody wins.
We might have to, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. All I know is there has not been anything else on the, because if you remember what got me upset and ready to go to war was the way they were talking about our show on their show, and in specifically the way they were talking about me on their show and doing stupid impressions of me.
If you want revenge, you can always gift me a sub to their Patreon.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, we kind of didn't do anything back yet. Like, it's just been them throwing shots. Like, we kind of need to do something about this.
I don't know, guys, because they, like I said, they might have me on, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
They're good people. I like Tim and Luffy. They're good guys.
I like Tim too, but if we're having a war, then war we must.
Tim and Monkey D. Luffy. God, they're goddamn nerds.
All right. We got a big nuke with EyeRChris sticker on the side. It seems like we get Tim. No more grudge movies. Maybe we'll find out next week because we're doing a Patreon pick next week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot there's a Patreon pick next week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's not good for anybody here, especially me. But let's see how Tim acts with that. Maybe we'll go from there.
All right.
Fair?
Yeah.
All right.
We owe Chris a pick, too.
We'll handle one war at a time, Rob. All right.
Yeah.
One war at a time. All right. Thank God that's all done and over with. We're going to take a quick break. And we will.
No. First off, I have something for the mailbag.
God damn it.
It's a spicy meme as from the results of last episode.
Okay. All visuals from the show, drunk roll call, just everything included. They go on to Patreon. Again, patreon.com/radio. All visuals go to all tiers. Chris, would you like to describe this? You want me to do it?
I mean, I would love for you to read this.
Okay. It's an image of Michael Myers outside of like a Denny's. And it's kind of like a blurred background, but you can see the Denny's. And it's Michael Myers holding a sign that says the Demogorgon ate my butt in the bathroom of the Hattonfield Denny's. Wow.
Goddamn Demogorgon.
Damn Demogorgon. All right, we're taking a quick break. We'll be right back with the finals of Murder Madness.
For the Lord Humphrey Cup.
I'm on empty. Okay, we are back. It is time for rounds 4, the semifinals and the finals, I believe, if I'm picturing the bracket correctly in my head.
I mean, I did send a picture to the group of the board and how it stands. So if you just scroll back a little bit more to the very first picture, you'll see the board.
God damn this board. All right, fair enough.
I was really hoping there was going to be a mustache on the board.
I hate you. First matchup, we got The Thing from The Thing going up against Robert the Tire.
And for the upper left quadrant.
Thank you, Greg.
Do whatever you guys want here. I do. Oh, by the way, real quick, too, we have an update. Shout out to fishlore.com for an update on the shark and tire thing, but fuck deeperblue.com. Turns out, much like bsource.com with the whole Candyman Robert the Tire debate, turns out Deeper Blue doesn't give a fuck about helping anybody. I posted on that forum. It's harder to find a shark forum than you think. There's so many.
I remember. What? Remember when I sent messages to all those shark experts on Instagram?
Yeah.
It was because I couldn't find a good shark forum.
Yeah. There's too many sports teams with the name shark in it is the problem. Because I see a lot of those. But yeah, I found deeperblue.com. I was like, finally, a forum where about sharks. Nobody responded to me. Not one fucking response.
Hard to believe they didn't take this seriously.
Yeah. So shout out to bsource.com. Shout out to fishlore.com. Fuck deeperblue.com is what I took from all this. So yeah, they kiss my ass, Deeper Blue. But fishlore.com, I actually got a bunch of responses. But someone named Fish Fur gave the most. Yes, the name Fish Fur.
Gross.
Well, they're a fish lore legend on fishlore.com, so I feel like they need to be respected, Rob.
Shout out to Fish Fur, I guess.
Yeah. Gave the most cohesive answer, I believe. So much depends on which species of shark is supposed to be doing the destroying. Only a handful of species would be capable of it physically, I think. Gave a couple of examples. Cookie cutter sharks. I didn't know that was a thing. Hammerheads and, all these other types of sharks. But all we care about is the great white, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also said, I think the great whites and tiger sharks and maybe bull sharks could easily reduce the tire to shreds if they had a reason to do so.
Okay.
Because as everybody knows, Fish Fur also mentioned sharks bite to taste. Then nobody wants to eat a fucking tire, not even a shark. So we don't see it normally, but they could. They possess it, and I stand by that decision, and I feel like you guys fucked that one up too. How do you feel?
No, but we talked about this. It doesn't matter because Robert the Tire can blow up the shark's head without getting near the water. He doesn't have to get in the water. The shark can't get him.
But I feel like it would take him too much force. Humans' heads are much smaller than shark heads.
But it doesn't matter. He's got all the time in the world to generate that force because the shark can't get him because he's not in the water. The shark cannot. Go on there and ask him if a shark can get out of the water and walk up to the shore.
The shark could be underwater. Well, does it even work underwater? We don't know.
I really don't want to hear this from you, Rob, when you guys spent close to 15 minutes last episode bending over backwards and sticking your head up your ass, trying to concoct a reason why Freddie can fight Victor Crowley on equal levels.
All right, well, we're not talking about that matchup right now.
Bending all the rules for one matchup, and then you're coming up with, then you're like, well, we got to make it even playing field. And then it's like, no, Robert doesn't have to be in the water.
Well, but we do have to make it as even. You got to admit, Chris, that is a very very difficult matchup under these guidelines that we have for this tournament. So we do have to make it as fair as possible, especially for big names like Freddie and Victor Crowley.
Then we're rewinding back to episode 1, and Pamela Voorhees doesn't have to enter the water either.
Well,
yeah,
no, not enter it.
She can't get him at long range like Robert can. That's the problem. She has to go in the water to fight the shark. She can't. She doesn't have telekinesis. And that's the other thing, Mikey. You go on this shark forum and ask him, but you didn't tell him it was a supercharged telekinetic tire. You just said tire. Robert ain't just a tire. He's a sentient tire with telekinesis, can blow your head up.
Okay, but I would have to go to a telekinetic tire forum. It'd probably be easier to find than a shark forum, to be fair.
I honestly think it would, yeah.
But still, that's not a question for shark experts.
There's probably a subreddit for it. Let's just throw that out there.
Right.
There's probably a group of people discussing that right now as we speak.
Look, yeah, I all love to fish for. I believe that they were not given all the information here. regarding the question that we were really trying to get answered, and I stand by the answer 100%. I do not think it matters.
Greg, was that when you were on?
What?
That matchup?
No, that was one.
That was last week. All right, Amber, does that sway you at all or no?
No, because
not that it matters, but
because the way that I really look at it, if you throw Pamela Voorhees into the water and throw Robert into the water, which one is the shark going to go through first? It's going to go to the meat. Robert can easily blow him up.
All right. Well, shout out to fishlore.com regardless, and fuckdeeperblue.com. I had to scramble and find another shark for him, man. They could have just answered the question. And I checked too. I'm like, is this thing dead? No, they posting everywhere else but mine. It's like, damn. Rat bastards. All right. First matchup, nonetheless. Where'd the thing go? Okay. The Thing versus Robert the Tire. You guys do what you want. I don't care about this one. I'm protesting this whole tournament.
We have two interesting problems here. One is, I don't think Robert the Tire can blow up the Thing's head because the Thing doesn't really have a head. But we've been going along throughout this whole tournament with the Thing, and it's being like all he has to do is touch somebody, he assimilates into them. But can he do it with inanimate objects such as a tire?
I would counter that with there is literally a scene in the first movie of The Thing where he busts through a floor and is tearing apart an entire Antarctic base as a giant blob monster with tentacles. Well, Robert the Tire doesn't have an asshole to finger pop. He's going to be torn apart because Robert just does not have the firepower to deal enough damage to completely obliterate the Thing.
Anybody else have thoughts? Because
if you think I care about this matchup, I don't know why
honestly-
Robert the Tire's here, so it's hard for me to argue one way or another.
Robert the Tire's here because he's an awesome horror villain.
You're a son of a bitch.
I honestly, looking at it kind of in both perspectives, I think that the Thing would overpower Robert because Robert's not going to be able to do nothing to the Thing. All it's going to do is find another source to run to. Look how it went through the dogs. Look how it went through all the people there. You know, in the long run, I think Robert's going to get it.
I don't think. I kind of agree with Chris. I don't think Robert has the firepower to blow up the Thing. I don't see it because Robert's attacks are targeted on the head, and the Thing, like it could blow up one portion of it, but then it would spout a new one. And I don't know if Robert has that kind of power to be able to do it. I mean, my vote would be the Thing. I just think that the Thing would overpower it.
All right. So is everybody voting the Thing?
Sure.
All right.
Everybody on board?
Pour one out for Robert the Tire, I guess.
Thank God.
It's a sad day. It's a sad day.
Don't be too excited, Mikey. Here, I mean, this is your brand, your show.
Yeah, Robert Tire shouldn't. I told you, it shouldn't have been this far. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm glad he's gone. I don't feel bad. Yeah, the Thing. Sure, why not? Thank God. This is your Dr. Chalice crap all over again, Rob.
No, Dr. Chalice earned it. I still think Dr. Chalice beats Ripley, but you guys are crazy.
I mean,
right.
I'm currently looking out in the crowd, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Chalice just sprouted tentacles. So, I mean, the Thing might be a problem here.
All right, next matchup. Carrie versus The Fly.
In the lower left quadrant.
Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome.
Winner of these matchups go on to the semifinals, by the way.
How many more to the semifinals?
Well, there's this one and then two more.
For this one, I think it's going to come down to the fact that I don't think The Fly is durable enough to withstand Carrie's telekinesis of either her throwing him across the room into the walls or beating his ass with everything that's in the arena. I think he's just going to constantly be pelted and thrown around until he collapses into a puddle of goo.
Yeah, and I agree with that because I think Carrie would set him on fire. And I don't think she would allow something like that to get close to her. I mean, look what she did at the prom, how she handled everything. She could squish him in between the bleachers.
Yeah. I mean,
if it was human Jeff Goldblum before he mutates into the Fly, maybe he can get close. With that raw animal magnetism, but I don't think he's going to be able to fuck his way through this.
No.
But again, though, you guys are acting like Carrie. All those acts are just things happening around her. They're not intentional. And this was my argument with Jason. And I am picking the Fly, and I stand on it with the Fly. He's very fast as well, which is another advantage for him. But all of her acts are not intentional. You know, like I say, I've been saying it. She doesn't harness precision.
You could argue about everything she did in the gym was intentional because everywhere she looked, doors were slamming shut, fire hoses were being ripped from the walls.
Right. But
she was directing her anger at everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the point, though. She could slam all the doors and set off all the hoses and make shit fly off the wall all she wants. If she can't kill immediately, she loses. There's not going to be enough time. One door will slam and the Fly will be on her and she will be dead.
Yeah, but also look what else she did. She basically electrocuted a lot of the people. You know, she had those live wires running around, had the water. No, that Fly don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. He got his ass swatted.
The entire arena is her weapon.
Right, but she's not intentionally doing everything that she's doing. She's just emotional, and her power is setting things off around her.
But again, it comes down to the fact that without even looking at or acknowledging a car, she stopped it before it could touch her. And essentially, if you're talking just her power completely unleashed, uncontrolled, the Fly's still going to have to basically find his way through a telekinetic hurricane.
Yep.
I think you can do it. Again, you guys are. When she does pull that card, like it's not always that strong though, is what I've been saying. Like sometimes it's a door slam. It ranges from blowing up a car to a door slamming shut.
When it comes to power scaling and with death battle style matches, you have to take the characters at the strongest that they're shown. And they're also bloodlusted.
You have to take them for what they are. And she was not always very strong. I'm picking the Fly. I stand by it. Rob, do you have thoughts yet?
Unfortunately, I do not. My initial thought was that Carrie was going to win, and I'm trying real hard to find a way to keep the Fly in this thing and not Carrie.
I truly believe that, dude. It goes from who knows if she gets him on one shot. And if she doesn't, she's dead. And I always go with higher percentage.
Yeah, I'm having a real hard time, honestly, making an argument either way for either one of them. Because I also feel like I don't know that her powers are going to be as effective on him.
That's the thing too. He has that, that hair and shit.
Yeah, he's not exactly
a coat,
human,
at least, right?
But him not being human doesn't affect telekinesis because that's essentially just she's grabbing shit with her mind and throwing around. She could pick him up and whip him by his leg into the roof.
Will she though, or will a door slam shut?
No, I think
but that's a valid argument.
I know, but it's still funny.
It's true.
She tried to grab him by the leg and unties his shoe.
Right, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like she doesn't know what will happen when her powers are going off. She does not know most of the time.
Yeah, but
it's just energy
that makes her more dangerous.
It could, very well could, but
fucking wild card,
I agree 100%, but does she pull the card out of the deck like I was talking about with Jason? And if you don't, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're treating Carrie's powers as if they're as if she's not like a sniper rifle. It doesn't matter. She's a goddamn fully automatic shotgun with her power. It doesn't matter where she's aiming. She's hitting everything in her line of sight.
She's a power hitter in baseball. Yeah, you got to be careful. If you're not careful, they do possess the ability to knock one out of the park. Absolutely. But they also have the chance of striking out. Carrie's baseball to me. That's Carrie is baseball.
Carrie hits more home runs than she strikes out. So Carrie easily wipes the floor with the fly.
Well, I wouldn't say easily, but I am kind of leaning Carrie.
All right.
I mean, I do kind of feel like she could drop something on his fucking head.
Something could fall on his head in the middle of all that, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I and I don't want to because I like to fly a lot more than I like Carrie. But it feels like Carrie to me.
Okay. 4-1 Carrie. Yeah, Carrie.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Carrie moves on. All right. Next matchup. Okay. We actually have a discussion here.
Well, wait. Which quadrant is this?
Oh, top right quadrant.
Thank you, Greg.
I was going to be really confused if we didn't clarify that.
Good question, Chris. Good question.
Candyman versus Victor Crowley.
Why?
Because that's how tournaments work.
Yeah.
The random seed is a bitch.
I mean, at this point, they're all tough, you know?
I mean, I've gone first a couple of times, so unless somebody wants to speak up first, I can give my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, if I knew what my opinion was, I would give it, but I'm having a hard time.
Okay. I mean, I'm leaning one direction. I mean, I could potentially be swayed, but I'm leaning Candyman for the very simple fact that he's got bees. And if the bees swarm Crowley and inject him with enough bee venom, could put him down.
I don't. As a reanimating revenant, which we're going to have to throw out the kill rule. It's just who's going to be able to put the other one down. That's where they can't answer the 10 count on this one.
Right.
I'm leaning more towards Victor on this one, just simply because he won't be Candyman's victim. And he's not going to be intimidated. He's not going to be scared. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if you looked at Tony Todd recently, but
right. Yeah.
To be fair, we discussed this the first time in the deleted portion of episode 1. Technically, Victor Crowley killed Freddy Krueger. And in part 2, he does kill Candyman by ripping his spine out.
It's hard to say no to that. You know, like it's really hard to say no to that. But Candyman has a lot on his side. He's invisible. He seems to be pretty agile, you know, but this is the thing for me. Is he quick enough to avoid Victor Crowley while doing enough damage long enough to kill Victor Crowley?
He's quicker and he's smarter.
The counter argument to the speed, the counter argument to the speed, though, is Victor Crowley literally pops up behind people while they're actively being looked at. He's essentially teleporting behind people, which equates to almost infinite speed if he can teleport.
Yeah, but so can Candyman to a certain extent. Candyman also has that ability, so they kind of nullify each other. Again, I mean, I hate to keep going back to the bees, but even if the bees just kind of swarm around Victor's eyes so he's blind, Candyman gets behind them, hook in the neck, and rips off his head.
I don't think Candyman would be that strong to counteract a fighting Crowley.
No, because
that's what I'm saying.
Because the second Crowley gets his mitts on you,
Yeah, it's
over.
tough.
The hook is being torn from the socket with the entire arm.
And will that hook...
And then he's beating Candyman to death with his own arm.
Will that hook kill Victor Crowley as well, is the question. And I don't know. Like, it would take several shots from Candyman.
Considering the amount of punishment Crowley takes throughout all 4 movies, I don't think Candyman can deal enough damage fast enough.
I don't think so either.
I mean, once it comes down to a fist fight, it's just basically going to be the brawl for all there, and it's just going to come down to who wants it more. And I'm going to have to give it to the Berserker in this one. I don't picture once they're in hook range, I don't think Candyman can do enough damage. He doesn't have enough physical prowess to do anything, and even like his psychological mind games and whatnot won't be enough to do anything here, because Crowley won't care.
I really don't want to eliminate Candyman. Does that count for anything?
No, fuck you. It doesn't.
that goes against the established rules from episode 1.
Because if that was a card we could pull, this would be a very different goddamn tournament, is what it would be. All right.
I don't know what your fucking problem is. We got a solid 8 here.
You know damn well, but I don't want to get rid of Candyman too. Like I hate this.
Here's what I'm hearing: Mikey hates Candyman and Tony Todd.
That's not funny. But where are you, Rob, on this? Other than what you don't want to do.
I don't know, man. I still feel like I'm in the middle here. I don't know. Because like I don't want to eliminate Candyman, but I also like Victor Crowley, so it's not. You know what I mean? It's not like he's losing the fucking Demogorgon.
Right. Goddamn Demogorgon.
In the bathroom of a Denny's.
I'm trying real hard to come up with a way that Candyman can win, and I'm struggling. Because I don't think the bees are enough. I don't think the hook is enough. And that's kind of Candyman's bag. You know what I mean?
The problem is he has to do damage while avoiding anything practically from Victor Crowley. And I don't think he can do that long enough.
And you got to factor in the amount of damage Crowley takes in some of those movies. Like in part 2, he's taking fully automatic machine gun fire. An RPG-7 goes off 5 feet behind him, and he just shrugs it off.
But I really don't want to eliminate Candyman, guys.
I don't either.
That and I don't think the hook beats a 7-foot-long chainsaw.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, you can't hit what you can't see. And if Victor doesn't see him, he can't hit him.
But he's going to see him eventually.
Once the hook is in Victor Crowley's body, he can put hands on Candyman. And once Crowley has hands on somebody, it's over.
Amber,
he's been shown to be able to just rip people apart.
Honestly, it's hard because I really don't want to let go of Candyman, but you're talking about a reverend. You're talking about something that is basically unkillable. And with Victor Crowley being Victor Crowley, he's kind of, and I hate using this word because people are like already coming at me for it, but he was simpleton, but he was brutal as can be. But the biggest thing with Candyman's flaw in this, Victor Crowley ain't gonna believe in Candyman. He's not gonna be his victim. He's gonna look at him and tear him apart. And the bees, those bees ain't gonna affect the dead man. How are bees gonna affect somebody that isn't reverent?
Because they're gonna blind them.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. They're bees. They'll sting his eyes. Or better yet, they don't even necessarily need to sting it. Just cover him. Just work it as a giant mask over his face. Now he can't see.
We have seen Victor Crowley walk through fire.
Exactly.
That's a big man, very calloused, like not human. Like I don't. Greg, I want it to be too.
Definition of thick skin.
I think
absolutely.
the idea of the bees works more as a distraction for me than anything else. Like they're not really going to do much, but they can distract him.
Yeah,
I mean,
and even at that,
just looking at Victor Crowley's kill count, like he's killed Freddy, he's killed Jason, he's killed Leatherface, he's killed Candyman.
God
like,
damn, dude, Victor Crowley doing work in this motherfucker though. No way. Yeah. Oh my God. I just realized that. That's true. He's taken out. He's like the fucking legend killer. And also funny that Tony Todd in the Victor Crowley, the Hatchet movies. Fun matchup.
That's what I'm saying. He's killed Candyman. He's killed remake Jason. He's killed Freddy Krueger. He's killed the 2003 remake. Well. He's killed the 2003 remake Leatherface as well. Like he's the Randy Orton of this tournament. He's the legend killer.
Yep.
I gotta go Victor Crowley, guys. Everybody but Greg on Crowley or Rob?
I think Rob
doesn't matter, right?
Amber, you're going Crowley as well?
I'm going with Crowley, yeah.
All right, so it's at least three zip now.
I'm going Candyman. Fuck it.
I agree with Rob.
Some respect. It doesn't matter, so I'm going Candyman.
All right, that's fair.
But I get it. Also, because unlike you guys, me and Greg don't hate Candyman.
How dare you?
That's just rude.
Confirmed.
All right. Next match. Ah, fuck me.
That one hurts more than Robert the Tire. I got to be honest with you. Like, I was kind of proud about how far I got Robert the Tire anyway.
See?
But now, fucking Candyman, that one hurts.
All right. Last matchup for round 4. Fuck me.
Quadrant.
The Collector.
Quadrant is the bottom right quadrant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The Collector versus Santa from Santa's Sleigh.
Who's that? Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean Santa Claus, as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror film Santa's Sleigh.
You're annoying.
So just to clarify, the Collector does get traps, right?
Yes. I think he traps Santa.
If we didn't give him traps, he'd be fucked.
So
not necessarily, though. Can throw hands heavily.
Not against Santa Claus, as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic Santa's Sleigh.
So this matchup is boiling down to a trapper versus a brawler.
A brawler who spits fire and is the son of Satan.
Wow.
If it was,
what do you mean? Wow.
If it was just the Collector movie, I would say hands down, it's Santa. But with the collection, where the traps are a lot more deadlier and intricate,
he catches Santa. Santa's just coming down fucking chimneys and shit. He's dead. Come on, guys. What are we talking about here?
I mean, there'd be an argument that he probably would trap the chimney.
Absolutely trap everything. And Santa's just going to fucking barge in like the goddamn Kool-Aid man in a Santa outfit. He's dead.
I'm trying to remember if there were any durability feats in Santa's Sleigh.
Well, we happen to have the monster wiki that we can check to see here. As far as powers,
the thing is, I don't think anybody throws a goddamn punch in that movie other than Bill Goldberg.
So here are his powers. He has Santa powers, surprising agility, is able to breathe flames, is immune to firearms and man-based weapons, is very knowledgeable despite his brute appearance, has a bag full of Christmas-themed weapons, such as large Christmas cracker smoke bomb and candy cane-shaped glow stick and countless others, is the son of Satan, so he can send people to his father, and he has an armored sleigh.
All that being said, Collector kills him, dude. Collector's...
No, I don't think he does. I don't think the Collector traps him, and I think Santa Claus is portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic Santa's Sleigh. Gets hands on him, and once that happens, it's over.
Aren't you happy you've done enough getting him this damn far? It's not true. The Collector, even for not even the traps, very, very, he's fast, he's strong, he's brutal, he has a sick fucking mind, he's very precise and calculated. Even in an ass whooping contest, I think he whoops Santa's ass.
He doesn't whoop Santa's ass in an ass whooping contest. You're just wrong.
I'm telling you, dude.
Putting Jeremy Melton up against Victor Crowley, pissy pants, bloody nose, and all.
I stand by Collector.
In a fist fight, this would basically be Rey Mysterio versus Goldberg, and
I don't think so. I think it's Steve Blackman versus Goldberg. Yeah, that's right. I brought it all the way back.
I don't think that. No, Collector's smaller and skinnier.
I'm casting my vote for Santa Claus.
Let's do Crash Holly. Like Crash Holly might be a better.
I'm casting my vote for Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic Santa's Sleigh.
I hate you.
Now, here's the thing. If it's true, which according to the villain, the Monster Wiki, that Santa Claus portrayed by Bill Goldberg, WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic Santa's Sleigh, is immune to firearms and man-based weapons, the traps will have zero effect because they are a man-based weapon. So the traps will have zero effect, ergo, Santa wins. And even hand-to-hand combat, there is not a shot that the Collector can't, throw hands with Santa. Can't box with God. Or the devil in this case. So
you guys need to watch the Collector movies again. You're going to feel bad.
I watched them both recently. And I tell you as a fact, there's no way, no matter what the Collector does, Collector tries to stab him, no dice, the man-made weapon. There's nothing that the Collector has in his arsenal that can take out Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic, Santa's Sleigh.
My thing is I'm trying to think of the goddamn movie, and I'm trying to think of any scene where the durability comes in, and I'm drawing a blank on that one because I don't remember anybody actually physically fighting Santa.
One guy tries to physically fight him, but he just gets speared through a deli counter.
Amber, where are you going?
Chris Kattan throws up a kung fu stance and then gets punted into the wall.
Amber, do you have a direction you're going yet? Confirm?
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, I'm too drunk to do the whole Bill Goldberg.
Thank God.
But I'm going with Bill Goldberg, Santa Claus.
God damn it. All right, Chris, well, it doesn't matter. But do you have one yet? You want to just throw one out there?
I'm kind of leaning like, unless a wheat thresher blade descending from the ceiling doesn't count as a man-made weapon, it's just a tool. And there is biblical precedent for swords to plowshares. I'm still kind of leaning it's going to come down to a fist fight, and I think Santa's taking this one.
God damn it. All right. Santa moves on. Are you fucking happy, Rob?
Are you telling me that Santa Claus is portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror comedy classic Santa's Sleigh is in the final four?
moving along.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes, he won the lower right quadrant.
This might be my greatest achievement of all time, guys.
You guys happy? This is what you helped him do. He's doing it on purpose. You guys are falling right into it.
I am constrained by the rules set forth for the tournament.
Yeah, but it's for the Lord Humphreys Cup.
This is for the McDonald's Sippy Cup is what this has turned into.
Better than a Burger
King. Is that what you
crown.
put your blackberry whiskey in?
Yeah, if I had a McDonald's cup right now, I've been on record as saying that's the best way to drink anything. McDonald's cup, you damn right. All right. Next matchup in the first matchup in the semifinals, The Thing against Carrie.
Left side of the bracket.
Somebody's going to the finals, guys.
Yeah, this is for the finals, these next two matchups.
It's tough.
I think I'm a hard lock on this one unless somebody can convince me.
Well, tell me what because I need help here deciding which way to go.
In the movie, which we agreed that we have to use the movie feats, Carrie's main offensive tool is telekinesis. That is her primary skill set.
Agreed.
And short of the car feat, and that was mostly her putting up a telekinetic wall that the car destroyed itself on, I don't think she has anything in her skill set that can destroy the thing down to the cellular level, because in the movie, it's stating that even one cell of the thing is enough to infiltrate and take over a biological entity.
Okay.
So unless she can atomize the thing, I don't think she can kill it.
Chris, can I ask you one question about that, though?
Sure.
He has the ability to have pyrokinetics. Now,
I don't think she has pyrokinetics. I think it was when she was tearing apart the electrical wiring that she was setting fire to the gym. I don't think pyrokinesis is in Carrie's skill set.
But let's say it is, okay? All they have to do is burn it and it dies. If there's like canisters of gasoline and fuel and stuff around, all she has to do is blow up a few of them and basically she could get it.
The thing, though, is not necessarily instantly killed by fire.
Oh, it's not instantly?
It's hurt by fire because it's technically destroying its biological material. But again, she would have to essentially atomize it to where there's not a single living cell left. And a drop of blood from the thing is enough that it could kill her.
Damn,
well, not so much kill her, but take her over.
I gotta think about that.
Rob, you're a Thing guy. Where are you on this? Fucking weird matchup.
It's a weird. Anything with the Thing is a weird matchup, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been sort of working under the theory that anyone who's going to defeat the Thing, and I believe maybe even in the first time, was the Thing, I keep saying he, like it's a person, was the Thing in the first Murder Madness that we did?
No.
I'll check.
No. I don't remember, but my working theory on the Thing has always been it's going to have to be fire, right? Like it is somebody who has fire is really the only thing that's going to be able to kill the Thing.
It would have to either be fire, a large amount and strong enough acid, or you would have to utterly freeze it to where it's basically forced to go into hibernation again.
Oh yeah, the freezing. I guess that works too. My point being though, I think that you're right, Chris. I don't think she has pyrokinesis or whatever the fuck.
Pyrokinesis, yes.
Yeah, I don't think that she had that. I think you're right. I think that was coming from the electrical, the wiring or the outlets or whatever, which presents a major problem for Carrie because I don't think that she can do it. She can throw as many things as she wants at the Thing. It's going to just keep coming. So that's kind of where I'm standing. I would be willing to hear arguments in another way, though, because the thing is turned into sort of this super powered thing. And that's what I kind of hate in these tournaments. And I'm always looking for a way to get them out. I just kept hoping that
the problem is we introduced a juggernaut.
Yeah.
And the wheel didn't throw anything that could even slow him down up to this point. I just
kept hoping it would come up against something that had fire abilities, and it has not.
So if according to the same Villains Wiki, Carrie White's powers include telekinesis, telepathy, levitation, geokinesis, electrokinesis, pyrokinesis, extrasensory perception, high intelligence, and sewing.
The sewing is going to get.
Now we didn't factor in the sewing.
That is I think what's really going to take the thing out.
But she does have pyrokinesis.
Because the sewing needle did slow down Michael Myers for a while.
That was a knitting needle. Wasn't it?
I think so. I think, Laurie stabbed him in the eye with a knitting needle.
Yeah.
So according also just backing up what Greg said now, according to Google, in the 2013 movie adaptation of Carrie White is shown to have pyrokinesis.
But is her pyrokinesis?
But are we factoring in the remake, or are we only using original Carrie? Because we were only using Universal Monsters for this whole tournament as well.
Oh, still not sure.
And if she has pyrokinesis, is it strong enough to take out the thing on a molecular level to burn it to the ground?
And it would have to be a large enough and hot enough flame, but yet she would still have to somehow survive it as well, as it's charging her. And in the 2000 whatever the Thing movie, which is a prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing, it's literally shown charging through flamethrowers.
Yeah, according to the Stephen King wiki, the pyrokinesis is unique to the 2013 movie, although it is hinted at in the 2002 movie.
I mean, if we're going with the original, we're only going with the 76 Carrie. As powerful as she is, I don't know if she's got enough juice.
She's going to fuck the thing up physically, but I don't think she can destroy it.
Well, I don't know. They're out there in Antarctica, right?
Which slows down the thing, but if you put it in like a normal, like room temperature setting, the thing's going to be a lot stronger.
It's taking place in the Lord Humphrey Murder Hobo Coliseum.
It's a good name. I have a very important question, though, in this matchup. Very important. If you slam a door on the thing, does it kill it?
No.
No.
All right. That's a big knock for Carrie, then, in my eyes.
I mean, Stephen King loves his psychic characters, but I don't even think if we gave her book feats, it's a guaranteed win. Like, the original Carrie, as powerful as she is, I don't think she has what it takes to take this home.
So you don't think that she could levitate him and put him like...
But even if it gets
in a huge frozen pile of the snow.
If
South Carolina doesn't have snow, right? As Rob was saying, it was like 77 today.
Well, it did snow here in January, though, first time in 8 years.
But while she can pick up the thing with telekinesis, that's not to say, though, like it doesn't pop its pinky toe off and it turns into a spider and starts chasing her down.
Yeah, I think I'm voting for the Thing. I think the problem is we put Carrie in this tournament and not Firestarter.
Nah, there's always next year.
I don't know what the fuck to do here. Is someone, the four of you guys, please make a decision. Because I'm in a situation in this tournament so many times where I don't believe in these guys being strong enough to get to the point where they're at. So, like, I don't know where the argument goes, you know?
My thing on this is I'm having to do mental gymnastics to come up with a way that Carrie wins. And I don't have to do that for the thing, so I'm going with the thing.
I mean, if the thing just touches her, it's over.
All right, you're going.
If it spits on her, it's over.
I'm going the thing.
Okay.
Mikey, it really doesn't matter what we think, Ben.
Chris, you're going the thing as well?
I was hard locked on the thing the second we got to this matchup. Like,
okay.
I'm a huge Stephen King fan. I love his characters and his monsters, but there'd be arguments for like Pennywise or Randall Flagg, but I don't think Carrie takes this at all.
Maybe Andre Lenoge.
All right. Amber, you want to throw a vote anyway? Which way? Because, it doesn't matter what we think.
I was going to go for Carrie, but it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I mean, official vote. I don't fucking know. I'll go the thing, because fuck Carrie. All right, how about that? 3-1 Amber. All right.
Petty ass shit.
It doesn't matter anyway. And plus the door thing, I asked my question and I got my answer. Like, that was a big knock for Carrie, but the thing moves on to the finals of the 2025 Murder Madness, and we have to figure out who he is moving on against with the matchup of Victor Crowley versus Santa from Santa Slay. Go the fuck ahead, Rob.
That would be Santa as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 comedy horror Christmas classic Santa Slay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm leaning a certain way here, but I'm willing to listen if anybody can change my mind.
And this is to determine the winner on the right side of the bracket.
Yes, thank you, Greg. Thank you. It's very important.
It's Victor Crowley. What is this a fucking discussion?
Oh well,
Santa can spit fire.
I was going to let somebody else take the lead, but if nobody wants to debate first,
there's no debate.
Essentially, we got to have a discussion, Michael.
No, we got put in a position where somebody who shouldn't have been made it this far.
I'm on your side.
I know you are, but this is the position we're in, though. Is unfortunate. Okay. We got a guy who shouldn't be this far, and now we have to. There's nothing to talk about.
I think Victor Crowley deserves to be here, Mikey.
You motherfucker.
We finally have the first heavyweight bout, and you're just wanting to just pass vote on this without a discussion. No,
this is not a heavyweight bout to me.
This is essentially two of the biggest monsters in this tournament, and they're both extreme brawlers.
This is big boys bumping man meat.
No, it's not.
This is Braun Strowman versus fucking Andre the Giant.
No, it's not.
I mean, this could be Braun Strowman versus Bill Goldberg as playing Santa in the 2005 Christmas Horror Classic Santa Slay.
As we saw with Bill Goldberg's last real match, no, it's not a real fight if that's the case, because Goldberg sucks as a wrestler.
Listen, I need to know how Victor Crowley's going to kill Santa as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas Horror Classic Santa Slay.
He doesn't need a weapon. So the man-made weapons go out the door, because it's going to come down to a fist fight.
Well, is it? Or is Santa just going to shoot fire at him?
We've seen Victor Crowley walk through fire, as previously mentioned.
He survived. Victor Crowley shrugged off a high explosive RPG round.
But was it spit at him by Santa as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas comedy horror classic Santa Slay?
I don't think
you need to stop doing that.
I'm getting them all in right now because, guys, I'm voting for Victor Crowley.
Yeah, no shit, you are. Everybody has to.
No,
it's Crowley.
Did you say no, Greg?
Absolutely, I said.
All right, change my mind, Greg. I'll listen.
Okay.
I'll listen.
All right.
I like it.
So again, weapons aside, because realistically, I mean, Santa could just lob bombs when he's up in his armored sleigh that Victor can't get to. So we'll rule weapons out because weapons are about equal. We're going to rule size out because they're both about the same size.
No, they are not.
Who's big? Hold on. Are you really comparing? Hold on. Are you really comparing size-wise that you think Kane Hodder is bigger than Bill Goldberg?
No, I am portraying that. I am saying that Victor Crowley is bigger than Bill Goldberg because Victor Crowley had this. The Hatchet movies had more than $20 in a case of Arizona iced tea to make the movies, and Victor Crowley looked incredible and was insanely buff.
Yeah,
that's not Bill Goldberg.
So is Santa. I'm calling
not like that.
I'm calling him the same size.
And the armored sleigh argument goes out the door because again, we've literally watched Victor Crowley teleport behind people while they're being looked at.
But yeah, except Santa would be up in the air. Victor can't fly.
Okay, guys,
he can
I have
teleport,
stats. I have stats according to size. Victor Crowley, according to the Hatchet Wiki, is 6'3", 270 pounds. Bill Goldberg is 6'4", 285 pounds. He is bigger than Victor Crowley,
but not by much. So roughly,
not by
you
much.
need to fucking stop.
The size. So the size is about the same.
Jesus Christ.
The weapons roughly about the same. I just think in a pure, because let's not forget, Santa is also a demon, and there are things that come with being a demon. You get demon powers, which makes demon powers stronger than revenant powers. At least that's how I see it. I have to.
Well,
that's how I give it to Santa.
You say that, but there's been other revenants in many forms of media that are just as powerful, if not more powerful. Like technically, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat is a revenant, and according to Ed Boon, he bodies all. There's
Scorpion would
there's
be
Jason. There's Jason Voorhees. Is
Santa
a revenant.
would beat him too.
What? No, he wouldn't.
Santa would easily beat Jason. The only Jason that would have a decent fight against Santa is Uber Jason. All the other Jasons lose to Santa, portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg.
Technically, Part 7 Jason in the comic books fights Uber Jason to a standstill. So Undead Jason can still hang with even the strongest and most durable form of Jason.
But we're not.
It's a fucking discussion.
Because discussion needs to be had.
In my opinion, this is going to come down to a fist fight. And Crowley's just going to tear him apart because, again, everybody that Crowley gets his hands on is literally torn apart like a wet paper towel.
Literally. But Crowley doesn't come up against anybody who's his size.
He fought remake Jason, and again, he fought Candyman and Leatherface.
Okay, well, according to the horror wiki, Santa is 7 feet tall. So not the size of Bill Goldberg, but the size of Santa Claus in the movie is portrayed as 7 foot tall. So now you're talking what? 8, 7, how many? I don't know, 8, 9 inches? 9 inches height difference? That makes a huge difference in a straight brawl.
Do you have that button of Kane Hodder talking about how much strength it takes to rip somebody's dick off?
I just sent you guys. I don't know. I just sent you guys in our Twitter group chat, and I'll put it up on Patreon too. Fuck it. A picture of Victor Crowley and Bill Goldberg. Do you see the size of Victor Crowley's arms? There's no way, guys. But Victor Crowley physically, literally,
but you're sending me a
tears him to
picture of
shreds.
Bill Goldberg, not Santa, as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas comedy horror classic Santa Sleigh.
but there were no effects added to him. It's Bill Goldberg in a fucking Santa outfit. That's what I'm saying. Like that is the character, and a beard. What different is that? I just sent you guys an image of Bill Goldberg from Santa's Sleigh. What difference is that from Bill Goldberg?
But Victor Crowley can't spit fire.
Victor Crowley can walk through that motherfucker, though.
And look at the size of Crowley's head. If he headbutted Bill Goldberg, that dude's skull's going into his torso.
He ain't headbutting Bill Goldberg.
We've seen him. We've seen him literally rip someone's jaw completely apart.
And what are we talking about here? We saw Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas comedy horror classic Santa's Sleigh spear a guy through a deli counter.
If you try and spear Victor Crowley, you will fall to the ground and he'll be standing up still.
We literally saw Victor Crowley kick a table through somebody's skull.
Guys, what are we doing here? Amber, please. Levity.
I gotta go with Victor Crowley.
Thank you, Jesus Christ.
This is ridiculous. My vote is officially cast for Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas comedy horror classic Santa's Sleigh. And yes, my words got jumbled in there somewhere. I'm pretty drunk.
Good. That's what you get.
Greg, who are you going with?
Santa.
Jesus Christ. You guys.
As portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas holiday classic Santa's Sleigh.
I feel like Greg did that smoother than I did last time. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of a pain in the ass to say the whole thing every time.
Oh, I can imagine. You should stop doing it. It'd be nice. You guys threw your dignity out the goddamn window for Santa. That's what you guys did. Shameful to both of you.
I voted with my conscience, and I know I'll sleep good tonight.
Yep.
All right, we have a final matchup, guys.
Well, no, did everybody vote?
Yeah, it's right. Everybody got everybody's vote. It's 3-2. Victor Crowley moves on.
It's 3-2.
All right, recount.
You're with Greg.
It's time for a recount.
Recount all you want. We got a final matchup.
This is bullshit.
I mean, you just make the finals easy.
Rob, you dragged this motherfucker to the semifinals, and you have the nerve to be mad right now?
Dude, he was the only one that could beat the thing because he spits fire. So he was set to win the whole thing. Now it's the thing. The thing wins. Victor Crowley can't beat the fucking thing.
I think he does.
No way. He can't.
The thing versus Victor Crowley. Let's talk about it then. Finals.
Okay.
How fucking strong is that vodka and cranberry, Mikey?
It's real fucking strong. But no, honestly, dude, I look at Victor Crowley, that motherfucker. And yes, I prefer characters Jason over Victor Crowley. I know it probably hasn't sounded Victor Crowley as a character isn't that high in my, God, he's not my Mount Rushmore or nothing. But
good Lord, you picked him over Candyman and over fucking Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas horror classic Santa's Sleigh.
He's out of the tournament. Stop now.
I wanted to do it one time clean because I stumbled my words last time.
All right, I kind of respect that then, but still don't do it again.
Rob's going to keep saying it until he gets that on a shirt.
All right. Yeah, I just see him as a killing machine. I see him walking up to the thing and just axing it in full speed.
But it doesn't matter.
Though, he does outside of the gasoline that's needed for his belt sander. While he's strong enough, he's going to rip whatever person the thing's impersonating's arm off. The arm's then going to start running around. The head's going to pop off and start running around. The torso's going to start spawning teeth. I mean, and
I think he will destroy all of it.
But he can't. That's the thing.
He can.
Crowley is one of the few people that was in this tournament, though. I don't think technically the thing can assimilate. And that's just simply because he's already dead and kind of ghost-like in nature.
Well, there were a lot of people that would have. I mean, Candyman would have been the same thing.
Candyman was in that same bracket.
But I mean, he can't kill the thing. He just can't. He can't destroy it at a molecular level.
You have to destroy it on a cellular level.
Jesus Christ, I'm drunk. Molecular.
Now I'm just picturing the thing as a giant robot.
Yeah,
and that's something I need.
It's the thing. I mean, I don't see any way that Victor Crowley can win.
I think he just grabs his axe and cut and that's how I view him.
Because, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't kill the thing, is what I'm saying. He can do that all day. It's not going to kill the thing.
Right. Okay, but if we're getting technical, we're talking about with a matchup like this. I would envision talking about answering that 10 count, kind of like Chris said, because you can't go Victor Crowley either. Because if you want to get technical,
it comes down to a 10 count. But when literally a drop of blood is technically considered alive for the thing, and all Victor Crowley does is spread blood everywhere.
But what does it do at that point? Say my argument goes through, right? Like he just chops him to bits and shreds.
Okay.
And there's just a pile of guts and blood. What happens then?
Okay, Mikey. We've literally seen the thing form tentacles out of the blood, and now you're forcing me to do it again. The thing's just going to finger pop Victor's asshole.
God damn it! I don't know.
And Revenant or not, you don't want that to happen. I don't care what kind of ghost you are, how strong a ghost you are. You do not want a tentacle in your asshole.
I'm willing to hear. Honestly, I am. But that's just what I vision. He will chop until there is no more to chop. And if something pops up out of the ground, he will chop. And
if Victor was ever shown using, and the only reason he would even come up in the Crowley universe is because everything there seems to run on the rule of cool. So if Crowley was ever shown using a flamethrower that never ran out of fuel, maybe. But his tools are hatchets, a belt sander, a chainsaw, and several axes. That's not going to be enough to kill the thing.
Greg, where are you with this?
I mean, hell, let's give him the plane engine from Crowley. Like, even still, all that's going to do is make a ton of tiny things until they reform into the kaiju form that was seen.
I don't see any way that Crowley beats him. I don't see any way that, the thing could just open up the ground deep enough where Crowley is stuck halfway, and then the thing just tentacles his brain.
Amber?
The brutality that Victor Crowley brings is phenomenal. It really and truly is. He's been shot at. He's been, he's gone through it all. But it's hard to kind of figure out, because the thing is just that, a thing. And I think no matter how much he cuts him up or anything like that, the thing will always pull itself together. I don't think it could be able to really destroy Victor Crowley because he's dead. There's no cells that thing could steal from him to regenerate from him. He's irreverent.
And I mean, let's argue the point that because we've seen Crowley get shot in the face of a shotgun and then get up 4 seconds later.
Yeah.
Literally from Hatchet 1 and 2. So technically, even if you destroyed his head, he could technically come back. But the thing does have a win condition that doesn't even require him to kill Crowley. He just has to survive until sunup. because Crowley goes away in the day, which would mean then all the thing has to do is just keep constantly beating Crowley's ass down, chewing him up, spitting him out, shitting him out. Crowley probably will still get back up, but once the sun comes up, the fight's over. He's not going to answer the count until the sun goes down again.
The biggest problem here is the opponent wise, they're going up against things that in this matchup that we've never seen them go up against. You know, like we just see Victor Crowley chopping the shit out of human beings. You know, we just see the Thing going after regular human beings, not somebody like a machine, a death machine like Victor Crowley. And I don't know, man. I'm stuck on Victor Crowley, honestly.
Don't get me wrong, Mikey. If it was a matter of me wanting somebody to win, it'd be Crowley, because I lost Jason, but I would take Kane Hodder as Crowley. I just can't think of a scenario that Crowley wins this, that he can put the Thing down permanently or even putting it down long enough for the 10 count.
I think he can, man.
Because even if Crowley splits his head with an axe, we've literally seen the Thing split its body in half to turn into a gaping maw of teeth. Like, splitting itself in half is just a Tuesday to it.
Rob, you're firm on the Thing? That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, my thing is firm and solid.
Did you guys know Rob got sucked off 5 times last night?
6 times.
6 times? Yeah, 6 times?
Yeah.
My God, your vacuum must be tired.
It was a good night.
We played Pummel Party. Rob had he didn't win, but he was the winner. You know what I'm saying?
Rob must look like one of those when she won't stop sucking memes.
Am I the only one going Victor Crowley here?
No.
No, Amber?
I'm with you.
All right. So I'm going Victor Crowley for sure. Rob, you're confirmed Victor Crowley.
No,
I'm sorry, the Thing.
The Thing.
Right. Okay. And Amber, you said Victor Crowley. Chris, your vote goes to Victor Crowley. I'm sorry. Why did I say Victor Crowley? Okay. So to reiterate, because I'm drunk. To skew the vote. I'm not. To reiterate, because I'm drunk, we have.
Lord, talk about stop the steal.
I told you this strings. I don't know why you guys think I play about stuff. I made a mistake. I'm taking accountability here. We have 2 votes for the Thing, being Rob and Chris, and 2 votes for Victor Crowley, Amber and I. Oh, fuck. Greg has to decide. I should have picked a different order. All right, Greg, you are the final vote for the finals of Murder Madness. And we have a tie here. You're the tiebreaker. You're the peanut gallery tiebreaker here, I guess.
I mean,
what are you doing, man?
My decision was made once you had Crowley beat Santa Claus as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas Horror Classic, Santa Sleigh. It's the Thing. The Thing wins. There's no way that Crowley even matches up. It's a huge victory. It's a landslide for the Thing.
That's insanity. But all right, the Thing wins the 2025
What I love about
Murder
Greg
Man.
is he found a way to work it in one last time, because I was over here trying to think of some way to do it, and then he just did it, and that worked out nice.
Hey, you both. So the Thing wins Murder Madness.
For the Lord Humphrey Cup. Congratulations to the
Lord
Thing.
Humphrey Cup.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, this might be the final fight. I don't know if I can do this shit again.
Well, Mikey, there's a real simple solution, right? What you do is you can do this every year, right? Make it a protagonist bracket every year, and just whoever wins cannot go back in. They get retired. So this year, the Thing is retired, never to come back.
Also, no ghosts and no sharks.
Yeah,
no Demogorgons too, apparently.
Yeah, no goddamn Demogorgons.
And no Negans. No TV shows.
We could have. One thing that I think going through this time around was, had we not finalized the field with 6 minutes to go before recording time, Had we spent a little more time and tried to knock out a lot of this sort of supernatural and all this other kind of bullshit and just kind of gone more straight human killers, I think it maybe would have been a little bit more fun.
Yeah, but remember we talked about that.
I know, but I thought including them would be a lot of fun. It would mix it up a little bit, but honestly, it just kind of makes it kind of a pain in the ass.
The matchups are weird. They're very, very weird.
Yeah.
And
I do think the hard and fast rule has to be no sharks. Sharks are
probably so.
Yes. I mean, it was fun having Santa Jaws around, but you know.
And no Onryus, like, because you can't really kill Samara and Kyaku.
That's why they're not here. That was a late decision, but yeah, it's not a knock on the characters or the movies even so much.
I knock on those movies all day long. Fuck them.
Oh, me too. But I'm just saying, like, it has nothing to do with that. But other than it's just really hard to talk about some of the shit.
It gets real difficult when you're mixing things up like that. Like, you know, it's just, and also, I mean, some of the stuff is just like, you know, something that's unkillable. That's no fun to have in the tournament, really. You know, like, I mean, I still think that had we come up with somebody who had some sort of fire ability or whatever, they could have beaten the thing and I would have been okay with that. But I mean, that's really the only way you're getting rid of it. And the wheel determines the matchups in the first round and really sets the course for the rest of the tournament. And it just didn't happen.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. But you know what? In a way, in a very stretched, hard to see deep down into another world way, I kind of wouldn't change it too much, you know, like, because it makes it unique. Because I see a lot of tournaments, they seed things and what's fair, and you know, sometimes it is good for it to be a little unfair, you know, like the insanity of the matchups does make it fun, but it truly is, because think of all the names that have to come out. Freddy Krueger has to go, you know, like a lot of Jason's lore kind of has to be altered, or you know what I mean? Like, it just, Victor Crowley wouldn't be here. There's a lot of things that wouldn't be.
For Jason, you would have to pick a singular Jason, or you do what you did with the Rumble, and you have Undead and Uber Jason, and possibly they go up against each other and with the wheel.
Only 100 people know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, right. It's true. But you know, honestly, maybe we should think about doing that, because maybe Jason will fucking get somewhere in these goddamn tournaments if we had two of them. They stand a better chance. Who knows? Although the wheel would just give us the both of them in the first round or something. You know, that's another thing. That wheel's a son of a bitch and led to a lot of these matchups. It knew what it was doing. It has a brain, the wheel. It's evil. Yeah. That stuff.
This year it got rid of all the jobbers right off the bat.
Kinda.
Yeah. I do feel like 2025 is going to be remembered, as far as Murder Madness goes, as the year that I was able to get Santa Claus, as portrayed by WWE superstar Bill Goldberg in the 2005 Christmas comedy horror classic Santa's Sleigh, into the Final Four. I mean, that really is the win of this whole thing.
You guys helped him do that. He didn't do that alone. I want you all to know, you all hold a hand in doing this.
That a super powerful character made it to the Final Four. Like,
it's not that powerful.
Yeah,
it's not.
I'm sorry.
I do wish we could have gotten Robert the Tire a little further than we did, but
how much further did you want him?
I mean, the Final Four appearance for Robert would have been nice.
Who, Rob, other than you? Who?
He's a beloved horror icon.
All right. Well, thank God this fucking tournament is over. Congratulations to the thing. That was Murder Madness for 2025. You can follow the show on Patreon at patreon.com/slasher radio. You can subscribe to the show on Patreon, rather. Extra show every week and ad-free shows, all the images for the shows, tiers with merch, all those things over at Patreon. You can also follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter. I think that's it. I don't know.
We got a link tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the link tree and just click follow on fucking everything. And that'll help you out a lot. Next week is a Patreon pick. So the patrons will be picking our movie topic. We have no say-so in the matter. They nominate and vote. So it's a good time to get in on that. I think that's it. Yeah, follow /radio on everything. I'm at Mikey's Dead on Twitter. Rob, what about you?
I'm everywhere pretty much at Radio Rob 123 except TikTok. I'm going to handle that though. Don't worry about it. And you can listen to the other show that I do, the Nick fucking Woo Cagecast. That is Nick effing Woo Cagecast in your podcast players. And I'm too drunk to remember what episode we got coming up, but there'll be one eventually.
Fair enough. All right. Chris, Greg, Amber, thank you very much for joining us. Almost wouldn't be Murder Madness without you guys at this point. Let everybody know, Chris, where they can catch you.
You can find me on social media as EyeRChris. You can also find me on the Slasher Radio Discord if you ever just want to come and bullshit around for a bit. And
Discord's
you can also find
working,
me.
Huh?
It's been working. And you can also find me on patreon.com/Slasher Radio, where you can get a free trial to just test the waters, dip your toe in, maybe even put in a vote for this upcoming The Omen. Who knows? Maybe your pick gets. Or you could just come in and leave some spicy text messages for Mikey to play on the next episode.
It's a good way to get in the mailbag. It's a great source for the show. We try and get our listeners and just community as involved as possible. Someone pointed that out recently on the Discord, Rob. I forget where. I think it was in like the movie night discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We have those every week on Discord as well. They were just like the banter back and forth and everything going on here is kind of more important than anything else. And kind of sort of.
Well, they all love the movie night discussion where I get screwed every single week.
You got to watch Slither this week. What's wrong?
I nominated Amityville Shark House.
But you don't get to. There's a voting process that happens after that. You don't get to just
said repeatedly I should just get to pick the movie. Nobody ever votes for my movies, and you don't put up all the movies. You don't even put the movies sometimes in the voting that I nominate.
Because you sent 2 movies. What do you want me to do? You don't get 2 votes. You're trying to stuff the ballots now. Look at you.
I got hosed when I tried to offer the Mexican Child's Play movie.
Oh dear God. Greg, Amber, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Let everybody know where they can find you guys.
I am known as Blaze on TikTok, and that's Blazing Dawn 202.
Okay, Gregory.
And I can also be found on TikTok at Darth Gregor, where I'm just doing horror movie reviews. But the kicker is the movie has to have come out, has to have been released on that date.
Nice.
Yep, and he does live streams every Saturday night. You can usually catch me in there too.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I do. This week was going over today we went over a list from some website of the top 150 horror movies of the 20th century. So anything before 2000. And it was it's a very interesting list. I'll say that.
Nice. Any update on the weird food stuff, by the way, guys?
Not as of yet, but
okay.
But honestly, it'll probably get moved to a Sunday. I only did it on Wednesday, just mainly because I wasn't working Wednesdays. Because I hate working Wednesdays. It's the worst day to work. But now I have to work Wednesdays, so I'll probably move it to like a Sunday. And then I just have to find a correlating name that works for it to be Sunday.
Come up with a good name for that. And also, might I suggest Mustache Mondays?
Ooh, yeah.
Where you do your horror movie thing in a screaming Sicilian mustache.
If I can ever find any screaming Sicilians, so this way I can have the mustache.
Now, Greg, I know Mikey wants weird food back, but hear me out. How about a gabagool food review?
No, gabagool's delicious. So, it's always going to be a positive review. Like, this gabagool is one of the best Italian meats you can get your hand on. It's not the best.
It is not.
No, it's prosciutto.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's prosciutto. Prosciutto and fresh mozzarella on a nice long roll. Perfect.
Questionable. All right. Patreon pick next week, guys. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.